Italy. Vias and piazzas, architecture and churches, food and culture. And what city in Italy are you now thinking of? Turin? If it wasn't, then you might want to think again, as the old industrial heart of Italy has transformed itself into an attractive tourist destination and is placing itself on the map as Italy's new cultural and innovation hub. But let's take one step back to fully understand the huge task the city's transformation really has been.
We have to go back to the 80s. At that time, the economy was really focused on the manufacturing and car production. And at that time, there was a really big crisis. So at the beginning of the 90s, the new mayor of the city, Mr. Valentino Castellani, has a really great task to find solutions for this problem. The perception of the city at that time was that Torino was a great city, an industrial city, just the city of Juventus. So the challenge was to change the idea and the mindset and the perception of the destination.
But the task at hand was more than just creating a marketing campaign to portray the city in a different light. The city needed a fundamental change in order to survive the big economical and societal changes the downturn of its industrial backbone had brought about. Inspired by the transformation of the city of Barcelona with the Olympic Games in 1992, the mayor of Turin started developing his very own vision.
So the story is that during the second mandate, so the second half of the 90s, Mr. Castellani started to work with all the local stakeholders to create a new vision. And the idea of bidding for the Olympic Games of 2006 started to came out because it was, in a certain sense, a way to accelerate the process and at the same time to attract more investments in order to set up, from one side, the urban master plan, and for the other side, to put Torino on a geographical map.
But what was the idea for Turin? The historic city centre is exactly what you would expect of an Italian city. Charming atmosphere with small shops, cafes, and a seemingly endless stream of life. The same could not be said about the rest of the city that, with the abandonment of many of its industrial complexes, was beginning to be an open wound. With the removal of some of the biggest eyesores, a beginning was made, but the real transition was the utilization of many of the old buildings to give space for new creative ideas and developments. And so Turin's industrial past is still very much present, but is today the stage for the city's creative future. Certainly one of the most prominent examples for this is the Officine Grandi Riparazioni, or in short OGR, which used to be a big reparation workshop for trains.
I would say that OGR is a unique space in terms of what happens in Europe. Because for the first time you have innovation centers and art center together side by side, and we try to have level of excellence in both. So you usually have a very nice artistic program that then doesn't necessarily have like a companion in the tech part that is at the same size, or vice versa, you have like a big tech center that tries to do art, but like probably not at the highest level. And what we are trying to do is like to match the two, and so in a way it reflects this change between an industrial past that is still present. I like to, quoting Smithson, like say that OGR is a ruin in reverse. So in a way it's like taking something that was here abandoned for almost 20 years and give it back. Like we are also really close to the city center, so it's like unusual to have such a big industrial space so close to the historical center of a city, and give it back as renovated and with a new soul. So in a way it's still acknowledging the fact that like the core of Torino, even in the, like I would say, everyone's perception is that Torino is the industrial capital of Italy, but what does that mean now is like, of course, totally different than what it used to be from the like late 19th century onward.
So Turin has become a place of new thinking, startups, galleries and arts, while maintaining its historic ties to its industrial past. And while the city remains one of the most livable cities in northern Italy for its residents, with great public transport and affordable housing, the push for more tourism will inevitably create challenges for the city and its inhabitants. The answer to how unfortunate developments seen elsewhere can be avoided, like for example an increase of Airbnbs, which in effect push up local rents, refreshingly honest.
This is a good question, but I don't have the answer, because the market is going, we cannot stop that. We know, for example, for the students that stay here and they live here, Torino is more accessible than Milano or other destinations, but also here now we have this problem, and we are thinking how we can try to maintain a good balance. It's not easy. At the moment I don't have the answer. So we are trying to talk about that, to analyze the data and to know if there are problems, maybe to find a solution.
Well, the city are the heart of change. But it's so difficult to change cities and to try to explain how the cities are evolving and try to look for the future. So that's why we try to improve the life quality for all the citizens. Technology, both social and also digital, can help policymakers to improve quality life for all the citizens.
With the city being awarded as the European Capital of Smart Tourism 2025, a great opportunity for the city has opened up, not just in terms of promoting the city, but also to network with other cities, to exchange ideas and experiences on how a sustainable future for cities, its inhabitants and guests alike can be achieved.
We all have the same problem. Of course, it's very important the cooperation with the other destinations. So this is a good opportunity for us, from one side to explain what we did, but from the other side also to learn from other destinations. No, this is very important, and we try to, of course, we have to be active, and so we have to attend different meetings and are a sort of school education, so we can learn from them what we can do, maybe because the other already did some things and we can do the same.
From its industrial decline, starting the process of redevelopment in the 1990s, accelerated by the 2006 Winter Olympics, Turin has come a long way to recreate itself and make it an attractive destination for citizens, students and tourists alike.
So, believe me, it was a very long process that took many years, and we arrived at the Olympics time that for us it was a bridge to something new. There was just a pessimistic thoughts before, because it's in our DNA, in the local DNA, that okay, now we cannot do it. And on the other hand, I remember the 10th of February, when it was the open ceremony, something changed in the soul of all the residents, and everyone was really proud of the city where they are living and showcasing what the offer they had. So since that time, I think that there was a big change in residents and thinking about their city that is something different from the past. It's not a great city, it's not an industrial city. So this is very important, because if you want to promote your destination, you have to start from locals, from residents, because they have to be proud of the place they live. So the process were going on in the years, so Torino became a really nice destination, a great cultural offer, but also a connection with also other tourist products, let's say food, and also the green in the place where we are staying, for example, the hill of Torino. So nowadays I can say that we had a change, and it's still going on now. Still, many people are thinking that maybe it's a secondary place to visit, but when they arrive here, they realize that this is a big surprise, and everybody says, "Oh, I didn't think that Torino is so nice and so great." So every time the sentence that, "Okay, I have to plan to come back again to discover Torino for the second time."